Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday to every one of you that is joining me. Once again, I greet you all and appreciate you and your presence here. Please don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to react anyhow you see fit. And don't forget to subscribe, to click the follow button, to click the join button, anyhow you want to support me on this channel, on this page. You are very much welcome to do so. So without wasting much of your time, I want to share this video of a kidnapper's den that was busted in Newi. I was supposed to share it yesterday, like I said before, I missed it. So here it is once again. I'm not going to waste too much time. As you can see, this picture that you are seeing on this video is an elderly man, looks very old, and I'm going to play the video so you can hear.
Nah, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, Rafa.
Mr. David Okafor.
David Okafor. Onye ebe nna
Onye obi ọcha Nnewi.
onye obi ọcha Nnewi. Ụmụogbo. Aha, ka afọ mami. Mami kwuo onu gwanụ. Onye ebe.
Onye ebe a nọ.
Aha, na ebe a na onye ebe ebe. Aha. Tata 13 September 2023. Go landlord ebe a bi nna ya. Go landlord compound. Aha, ebe a wo nke the landlord. Ka wo mu ya. Ebe a biaro don't government use will eme hideout.
Now the Fulani be this. And the
And
Fulani.
then with Central Vigilante, the White House, Bakassi office, led by DOC 1 Obana.
Hey,
Have vehicle iPhone at the compound. Here is the door. If I met one automatic pump action. Here is the building. One automatic pump action with one victim. Kidnapped with victim with one suspect. Here is the building. At Obiofia, Newish, Umobo. Come over.
Newish, Obo, see on our herdsmen, CRCB. Oh, let's hear his name again.
Nah, good afternoon, good evening. Okay, Rafa.
Mr. David Okafor.
David Okafor. Onye ebe nna
Onye obi ọcha Nnewi.
onye obi ọcha Nnewi. Ụmụogbo. Aha, ka afọ mami.
This woman now, which one they cry, hey, oh, Chineke mo, you think they will not catch you? It's a matter of time. Everything that is hidden will come to light. Shebi una say Fulani, no let us say hear word. Okay, oh, the Fulani, we they see her now, see her now. Hey, oh, Chineke, oh, hey, oh, she's feeling bad at this.
Mami kwuo onu gwanụ. Onye ebe.
Onye ebe a nọ.
Aha, na ebe a na onye ebe ebe.
You know what talk is so you now know that what you are doing is bad, or it just occurred to you, or what. You see, that man is an elderly man, and this woman, and that you imagine in their house, they now have a part of the house that they have given to ungovernment known, and they are using it to be doing their kidnappings. When they kidnap people, they will put them there. So I share the videos to you guys. You know that those videos, they are not looking very well. So I will let the video speak, but I'm not going to show it because the videos, they are not looking good. You understand me? So that Facebook will not strike the video. So I will play the other one so that you can hear.
That room, I want to go. Correct, I want to bomb one room. Okay, the boy, that's your friend. Never one at the pump. You made that room. And therefore, yeah, therefore, you did a bomb. Then, Griffy Kuroga, Griffy Kuroga for you. Okay. Because another guy from information the new Central Vigilante, known as a negotiator. One of the kidnappers. I put a number that.
Now the Fulani be that.
We keep where inside the Obiofia ụmụ obodo Nnewi Nnewi ọganihu na-anya ebe a so anyị bịara ebe a nke a onye nke anyị nwetara o wee chi ibe ese ọhụ na ọgọdọ wee kee nsị nke a bụ ofu automatic rifle nke a bọmbụ nke a bụkwa anada bọmbụ o nwere ebe o nwere eriri arụrụ ya arụ ọrụ ka med bomb.
Wait, let me show you guys a little bit.
Yes.
Here.
O wee chi ibe ese nke a bọmbụ nke a bụkwa anada bọmbụ o nwere ebe o nwere eriri arụrụ ya arụ ọrụ ka med bomb.
Sure, you people are seeing it. Let me remove it. I'll be showing you some more.
So you have the bomb. The two bombs they want.
Let me show you the bomb again. Oh, they say that I'm the one rallying people. So these people that see what they have. Let me show you. Are you seeing it? This thing here. That is the yeah. Oh. You see them. Oh, they are doing this. They are the one doing it. They are the one doing it because the video is not good. That's why I'm not showing it continuously. They say that bomb, they say if they throw them somewhere, once they put a fire, the fire it go just start fire, finish everywhere. So maybe now waiting that they use it, they won't burn house.
Kidnapper.
So now only this one they cash. Let's hear his name again.
That room,
I'm coming. Let me share another. So this is one of the people that they rescued, this woman. So this thing where they put for a neck like this, now wait till they take cover in mouth. You understand? So they come you go see now they go cut her for her. You understand? So they'll take her to the hospital now. You see, they just come out so that you see. So this is one of them. So the other one is still cover. See this one. Let me show you a little bit. You can see it's still cover. You understand? Let me show you the other man. I think this is the beginning of it. So see him. Anambra State. So you know the face is somehow, that's why I'm not showing it. Good evening, my people. So they are trying to get information from them that how did they go and kidnap the woman? They use Sienna.
Okay.
Good evening, Dorothy. In fact, there's nothing to listen to. So another person that they still rescue, they still tie. Let me show you. The videos are already in the chat, so I just show you a little bit. See this one a little bit. You see, so let's listen to him. This woman I just showed.
Where they from Cashew? Furniture.
From Onitsha.
You going to keep here? Where you from? All right. So since how many weeks where they don't keep you here? 1 week now. Okay, today's date is 13th of September, right? Okay, today's date is 13th September 2023. We bumped into the house at Nnewishi. Cheya na Obiaja Nnewishi. We bumped there. We searched.
Let me show you that they are showing the house now.
First building.
See the house.
The cover to.
I don't want to show him when he's like that, you know.
Persons there. And
it's like a self-contained this thing.
Okay.
You understand? So yeah. What is it? You want to sleep with my eyes? Yeah. So are you hearing what that brother said? He said he's also from Anambra, Onitsha. That's where they catch him. They carry a con drop her for there, carry something cover an eye. So and they come they search that house. They see many things. So these are the things they found there. This one pump passion. This one I be bomb. This one I be. You understand? Yeah. Are you seeing it? Let's keep going. What is going on? Yeah. So yeah, this is still the same. The next video is still that person. They are trying to ask him, but the video is not in good shape. I don't want to show it. And another video, you understand? So these are the Fulani people. You know, when they say the Fulani, these are them. Oh, they have come. Oh, they are doing it. They know that man is an elderly man. Inside is something like that is going on. They will go around that number, say, go and catch people. They will be putting them inside their house. You understand? And they don't mind. They don't mind. There's another video I want to share with you guys. That one.
This is
This man, he said that
video I'm making a glow wall. Glow wall. One of our customers came in and the man was just told us a story of how man was kidnapped. You see? Please, everybody be cautious. You can see the man. You can see the man. You can see his head. He was just kidnapped and released.
They don't release
this is yeah. He was kidnapped right here in Asaba.
Okay, in Asaba.
Right here in Asaba.
Okay.
By 9.
Imagine, they don't reach Asaba.
This is scam. The man said
they don't reach Asaba.
With his family. Oh,
my brother is a life story here in Asaba. So I was a victim of kidnap along TLA Road. What time? Around 9 to 10. So everybody needs to be careful in Asaba. Asaba is no longer safe. I paid for the ransom.
Were you with your family?
I was with my family.
What happened?
They dropped my family down.
Okay.
They picked me in their own car, then drove up with mine too. Took me to a known location. And also there was also a victim inside the car. The victim was shot in the leg. We were later released at about 2 o'clock a.m. along the Buso Road by College of Education. So from there, a good Samaritan now drove us to A division where we laid the complaint. From there, they took us to FMC for treatment.
Okay, those boys are kidnapped. Do they know you or do they just random?
They don't know me.
They don't know them. Just random.
It's a random kidnap.
They just see fine car. They just stop.
Yes, they don't know me.
So my people and my fellow colleagues, please, let's be careful in Delta, in Asaba, in Warren, in Sapele, where we operate. Let us maintain a new profile. Just saw him in our glow wall. He came to retrieve his SIM and I asked him, I saw his wound and I asked him, and he told me he was kidnapped. Okay, sorry, eh? Yeah, so please, this is a caution for us, everybody. Let's maintain a low profile. Crime rates, kidnapping has entered inside the town. See his car. They see big man car, the Colombian, the flashy car. So I let her track the car. Okay. Before I finish, so I tracked the car just along Choka flyover. Okay. Heading to Adexa. Okay. That's where I tracked the car. And I noticed that because there's no fuel in the car. Okay. Because initially they forced me to
professional caps are tracker. They won't tell you where they put the device. They put the device. Okay. So they try to disable the cap to search for the tracker. They didn't see it. Okay. So I think they fuel, please, because I noticed there was no fuel in the car. When we track the car, the police officers they escorted me there. So pick the car to my position. Okay. So everybody needs to be careful as I still understand. Okay. Sorry, sir. Sorry. Take care. Okay, apart from him, please let's be careful then. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, so yeah, that's it. I was supposed to share this video yesterday where I captioned it what is the going on in the southeast, but I just kind of missed it. Yeah. So another video that I wanted, yesterday we were talking about Mobad, and there's another video of Mobad that I wanted to share with you guys because someone sent me that a link to that video where he was saying something. He said that they gave him water, and you guys, I didn't see the video that he was actually laid to rest with a coffin. You understand? So I was just thinking that, yeah, because he's a Muslim, they put people to rest a day or something like that. So I now learned that no, that he's not actually a Muslim. You understand? That he's a Christian, and so I don't know why they rushed. And today I was listening to Daddy Freeze video where the sister came out, and the sister was saying a lot of things, and I've also seen video of his father also saying something. So I wanted to share that video with you guys. Um, I think I opened the wrong video. Yeah, yeah. So just a minute, I'll share this video. I want to share it straight from Facebook. So here, so you can see him here. He's saying something. But he said that they gave him water. That's what I wanted to play for you guys. He said that they gave him water. Greetings. So Wofuniko, they gave him something that he should drink it, and that is in bottled water, and and he drank it. It was like water. You understand? So I don't know why they were in a rush to put him inside the ground. That's the mystery that is in this young man passing, because he's not a Muslim. And the sister-in-law is saying that thing happened in the night, and they wanted to carry him to go and put him in the ground that immediately. And they were saying why that they want to give him a befitting burial. Why are they rushing? So they now say, okay, no, they now went to put him in that morgue. Then early morning by 8 o'clock, they have run and gone there to go and carry him again. You understand? To put him in the ground. So and then he's not a Muslim. So what is the rush for? So obviously something is missing. There is something that maybe, like something is there, because if someone is not a Muslim and is a young person, he just passed, he has a wife, he has a family that are ready to shield the bill and give him a befitting burial, why are you rushing him to go and put him inside the ground? So Naira Marley, they have to say what happened. Naira Marley, they have to really come out and say what happened because something is missing. I don't know, the sister was saying they she refused to call the name of the people. So me, I don't know why they are shielding the name of the people that want to go and rush and put him inside the ground. And I heard that Lagos State Police is saying that they should uproot bring him out so that they will do what they call this thing now. That they would so that they would check what happened to him. I've forgotten the English word just now. I believe that this guy saw something that his autopsy, thank you. I believe he saw something that is not supposed to see, or you understand, or like he can you people keep quiet? I think that he saw something that he's not supposed to see, or like I don't know, there's something in it. There's something in it because why will somebody pass within one day and you want to rush and go and put him inside the ground? What is the justification for that? And he's not a Muslim. You cannot say that he's a Muslim. You understand? So I don't understand what happened there. Yeah. So I just say I needed to say it again because yesterday when I was saying it, it was like he's not a Muslim. So I didn't even see the video to know that he was buried with a coffin. You understand? So yeah. Yeah, Desmond, good evening. So there's a topic I wanted us to talk about, but I don't know if I can go into that because my kids are not sleeping. I wanted them to sleep, but they were not sleeping, and because I came a little bit earlier. Um, just a second. As old as eure Papa denkt er schläft. Was ist das? Sorry, guys, I just needed to attend to some small human beings here disturbing me and distracting. Yeah, so I wanted us to talk about this. I don't know if it is a topic that we can do now. Abio, I'm bad, Mobile and faces. What Abi? It's true, Sha. It's true. Our brother is saying that his words, the way he described himself has power, right? I believe so too. So I wanted us to talk about um like in the wake of some things that have been going on about religion in Nigeria. For example, what is his name now? Jimmy Olukoya. Olukoya taking over his father's church, the Fountain of Life Church. You remember? I remember back in the days. Then the wife was a pastor doing more like relationship stuff and something like that, doing more like relationship advice. I think it was the first of its kind. It was the first of his kind, and he had a lot of following because of that relationship advice that she was giving. So unfortunately, there was an incident with a aeroplane at that time, and she passed, and then the father has passed also. So now the son is taking over the church, like he's going to be the head pastor, and a lot of people are having a problem with that. You understand? Good afternoon, I greet you. He said take over his business. So I don't know if it is something that is interesting with to you guys, because I was thinking maybe we should talk about it a little bit, and in line with um that's like something I wanted to always talk about is, like, I keep saying it on the sides about is religion really the problem of Nigeria? Like, is religion the problem of Nigeria? I think it's something that we can talk about and say it's open for debate. Like, where we can have different contributions. Say, is religion the problem of Nigeria? Because now we are seeing a lot of I don't even know if I can say religion or if I should say Christianity or Islam, but I think I want to put it like this and say religion because it covers all aspects of religion, like whether it's Christianity, whether it's Islam, whether it's traditional religion, you understand? Like, it's something that is open to debates because a lot of people always want to attack more especially Christianity because we have a lot of irregularities, if you may. And I think it is something that we can talk about. He said, I don't know where the problem is. Exactly. Bimbo Olukoya. Yeah, that's Odukoya. That's the name. So, me personally, for example, there is this pastor that is so popular. He's called Pastor Joel Austin. He also inherited that church from his father. I feel like if somebody has built something all these years, of course, it's almost like a conglomerate. But the main issue is like a business, obviously. It's like a company, obviously. And the product, what is the product? The product is the religion. And are people interested in it? Are people buying? Is the product that they are manufacturing, if you may, like the sermon, the programs that they are doing in the church. Is it profitable to the people? Are the people enjoying it? Like, are the people having benefits there? So if the people are having benefits and they feel like they want to continue, maybe since they have children that also in line, or that they are also Christians. I think the problem would be if they were leading some very faithful members who wanted to be part of the leadership and they are not giving them that opportunity. I don't know. But obviously, what I don't know, what do people expect? Do you expect that they will except if they don't have an hair, like they don't have a child, they don't have, sometimes I think also there's also some kind of if you may, maybe greed in it. I don't know, it's open for conversation, because you want to keep it in the family. And what people don't know, sometimes by trying to keep it in the family, you lose the church and the membership and the followership because people can see through it that there's no spirituality in it. So I don't know, is that son of his a pastor in the church? Was he already pastoring in the church? Does he um like, is he someone that the people like, the people enjoy his teaching or something like that? Or is it just because it's his father's church that he wants to inherit it? Yeah. Good evening, Harry. Good evening, Mendes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Eventually, the thing is, if they continue to do the church, like especially like what we are seeing in Nigerian Pentecostal church is the first generation. Most of them are still in their first generation. So the way they handle it now will determine the future of that church. So if you are doing it now, so they have to also look all the people that had their own church and handed it over to their wife or to their son. Where are the churches? How did they fare? How did they fare? I remember back in the day, there was the church that was reigning then, Idahosa in Benin City. And then Idahosa passed and it was handed over to a family member. I don't know what is the name of that church of Idahosa now. you know, Nobody almost hears about it. Okay, look at what happened with synagogue, right? So, synagogue of all nation, after the pastor passed, they say they must give it to the wife. Who is hearing about synagogue again? So the question is not about ordaining your son or your daughter and making them to carry on the business or whatever. It is what is going to become of it. Is it going to end with you? So that's what I want people that are having church and wanting to make it a family business, or we know that the family is profiting out of it, and but there are a lot of people that have been faithful in that church, that have been serving in that church. There are men that are, that are visionary, that maybe them taking over that church can lead it somewhere else. But if they continue to do it like this, then all these churches will become first generation something. Eh? Church of God Mission. Thank you, Mendes. You understand? So it's not even the problem that you are giving it over to your children or your wife or something like that. It is, you have to be thinking what will become of it. Today we have like a Methodist church, we have all these churches that we are calling, or there has to be a system in place, and that system has to be adhered to. If not, it just becomes like a business, and then like a first generation business. And then anybody that take over the children will run it down. It's different from if it's a corporation, that is a system, there are workers or something like that. But if they don't have that understanding, then it's their business. Because now here we still they look, we will see what will become of it, right? So sometimes if the child have the anointing, or maybe the gift to lead, to pastor, is a different thing. But if you are giving it to your child just because it's your family business, then it might just end there. That's what I know. Exactly. Something like that. Because, for example, Eli had two wayward sons. He could have handed it over to them, but he didn't. Instead, he handed over to Samuel. Remember Samuel, that the mother gave to the altar because she prayed and God listened to her. So because Samuel was there, E- Eli they handed over to Samuel instead of his sons. Exactly. So that's what they should be thinking. Like what we are seeing in Nigeria now. I'm thinking maybe all of them now, they want to make it their family business, because it's not even easy to grow a church, to have that following and all those things. So if they grow, then that is it. That means they don't have any principle. They don't have any principle, and the whole thing will crash before their eyes, before they know what will happen, because people are seeing through it and people are not liking it. Right? Um, Maybe it's a compensation for them. I don't know. Maybe it makes them feel better. I don't know. But well, I learned that his son is also an actor. So I don't know. Like, I cannot say, is he someone that is already pastor in the church, that is already following and people will really like him and cherish him and really want him, or because he's the son? So that's the main issue. To take over. Okay. Okay, let them continue. Let them continue. I know, like like there's a church I went to also here in abroad, and the man is the pastor. Another His two children, they are not adult children, they are also a pastor. The daughter is a chorister, the son is also a pastor, the wife is also a pastor. So it's like they are doing, it's a family thing. But people like the church, people like the sermon, people enjoy the ministry, like the daughter is a good musician, and like the whole thing is really really, I don't know how to put it. Like they are into it. Like, so you can see that, okay, like they grew up in it. It's even a blessing that something you are doing and your children are also in it in that extent, right? So in that case, now they're already doing it with their father, the church, everybody know them. So it's not going to be something, an imposition. If anything happened to their father and they are there taking over, because when their father is not there, they're already there also preaching, taking over the leadership of the church. You understand me? Yeah. So um that brings me to the question: is religion the problem of Nigeria or Africa in general? Oh, I made a mistake in this Africa. Let me edit it. Yeah. So my answer to this is yes and no. Not that religion is the problem of Nigeria or Africa in general. The problem is unregulated religion. So whenever you allow something to be like free for all, anybody will just come and say, I'm now a pastor, I am now a nwoke mmiri, nwanyị mmiri, I am now anything. You now open your church, you now be doing your own thing. You will just, on the basis of that, no certification, nobody check who you are, nobody check your background. You just have easy access to children, to women, to vulnerable people. Then there's going to be immeasurable abuse. So the problem Nigeria and even indeed Africa is having is unregulated religion. Let me tell you guys, in this Germany, you cannot wake up in one morning and call yourself a pastor, and then all of a sudden you start having access to children, having access to anybody. It doesn't happen anywhere. It's only happening in Africa. And you cannot wake up one morning and say, oh, you saw in a vision, they gave you these herbs and this leaf, they showed you this thing, bring like this and bring like this. I will cure you this sickness, I will cure you that sickness. You will mix concussion and give to people to be destroying their internal organ. The main issue is unregulated religion. Then you will see an imam, he will be in the mosque inciting his followers against other people and saying they are infidel, they are deal like this, they are deal with them, and they will go out and carry that thing out. It's because it is unregulated religion. This is my own opinion. Right? So the problem, a lot of people are coming out and saying, when you are unregulated, you can carry out fraud in the church. Yes, you will sell olive oil that is not real oil. You will sell it to people, even if it is olive oil. You will hike it. Something that is supposed to sell 100 naira, because they are buying it from the church. You will hike it to any amount you want. Extorting the people, and nobody will be looking into that. It doesn't happen anywhere else. So the main issue is, some people think that because there is a religion, that's why there's no development. No, it's because of the greed that is unregulated. If they like I feel like the main issue Nigeria is having is the judiciary and law enforcement, because those things are not in place. Anybody can do anything they want to do and get away with it, and there is no deterrence. Once you don't have any deterrence to do any evil and get away with it, you are going to do it. Only thing is, don't be caught. And that's why they are doing it. They are going all out and doing it. Like I saw a video. There's a young lady that she's doing a video, and she said in that video that Japan people, they buy all the Christians, and that's why they are developed. I beg to disagree with that, because all of us are using Samsung today. Samsung is from South Korea, and South Korea is also having very high number of Christians and Buddhists and even Catholics. It's a mixed, heterogeneous society of different religions, and it didn't stop them from developing. And we can look at Saudi Arabia or the UAE. We can see the development that is going on there. The Islamic religion have not stopped them from developing or building a road for their people or giving their people a decent living. Well, it's because of there is no regulation. In the UAE, you cannot do anyhow. If you do anyhow, ebepugisi, igaganga. If you do anyhow, you iganga immediately. Inga, if you do bakam nga, you can, like, they are seeing you. Once you do any nonsense, iganga, you will go to jail. You understand? So Nigerians should stop thinking that it's because of religion. It's unregulated religion. How can somebody call himself a pastor and he will be spoiling small children and nothing will happen to him? Like that Pastor Chibuzo. They will say, oh, because he sponsors some people abroad, he sponsors some people abroad. Why are you sponsoring people abroad when there are so many universities in Nigeria? First degree. You have numerous universities in Nigeria. You have numerous private universities in Nigeria. Why are you sponsoring them to Turkey? Why are you sponsoring them to Cyprus? There is something in it, obviously. Maybe there is someone that opened a university there that needs people to come and patronize it and they're having a deal. What kind of thing is that? So when you have unregulated religion, people will take advantage of the loophole and they will do and undo. You cannot do that in a regulated society. And you even if you do it, it will only be for a while. They are going to catch you, and once they catch you, it's over for you. Yeah. So yeah, I think I wanted to share that video because when I was listening to that lady, a lot of people are sharing her video. I am not saying that people are not taking advantage of religion and doing what they are not supposed to do. I'm just saying that religion in and of itself is not the main issue that we are having, right? The main issue is that there is no legal regulation of religion. So if the law is there and checking on what people are teaching other people and is there to check what is going on, that there's no extortion, there's no breaking of the law, then everybody will sit up. You don't wake up and you go and be saying anything to your people. You don't wake up and you go and tell them to go and drink any concussion and spoil their body. You don't wake up and claim that you are healing people. Because why? You cannot heal anybody. You can open a healthcare center, you can sponsor hospital, train people to work in hospital to help people, or you cannot be doing this charlatan and claiming that you are healing leg and healing hand and healing whatever, right? So it's unregulated religion. And then because somehow it is working together, they lie to the people that it's people in the village that are doing this, it's people in the village that are doing that. Meanwhile, they are the ones doing it. You understand? So at the end of the day, I believe that if everybody do what is right, if you're a religious person, you are doing what is right, and even if you don't want to do what is right, you know that if the law catch you, you are going to jail, you are going to have a punishment, then you will not do it. Right? But if you know that even they are like now, even for example, Apostle Sule Momo, that his long man was all over internet, nothing still happened to him. He's there, right? So once you know that you are untouchable just because you call yourself a pastor, you will continue to be doing bad things. So yeah, religion is a problem because it's unregulated, but not because of the religion itself. Because in all these countries that are developed, there is religion. Yeah, our brother said Christianity is a big business and it attracted different kinds of people. Yeah, it's the same thing because it's attracting different kinds of people because there's no regulation. There's no regulation. Right? How can you just wake up, you go and build one building, and then you gather people, you now be claiming that you are doing miracle and there is nobody to check? If you claim that somebody is healed, then you bring that person out and they will do medical checkup. The law enforcement is not working. The judiciary is not working. That's why they are getting away with it. Right? That's why they are getting away with it, right? So you can gather people and be doing anything and be lying to them and extorting them, and the government will not do anything. Why? Because they don't have the capacity, or they are not. I don't know. Like I said, me personally, I feel like the main issue Nigeria is having is the judiciary. Until Nigerian judiciary is disbanded and maybe another penal code will be introduced, we are not going anywhere because anybody is going to be doing anything they want to do and get away with it. That's my opinion. Yeah. So I don't know if anybody wants to add anything to this conversation before I will close this session. Church has always been like that. If you remember, the Europeans, what are they running away from? That they ran away to other um other continents. For example, the people that ran to America and they instituted a church separate from power or politics. Why? Because in Europe, where they were coming from, the main persecution was coming from the church leadership. Why? Because it was a theocracy, because the church was actually the people in power. They were the ones ruling. A bishop of a district has all the political power, and they were doing so much wrong. Why? Because there was no control, because they were the power. So absolute power brings also there's absolute corruption. So when you attribute that absolute power to individuals like that with no check and balance, it will always be like that. So, but today they don't have that absolute power. So you have the bishop, you have the pastor or whatever, but you still have the political establishment that are separate from the church, because absolute power corrupts absolutely. And the problem Nigeria is having is the pastors and the clergymen, they are wielding absolute power over the people with no control, with no oversight. And what is it going to be? It's going to be a massive problem of exploitation, of taking advantage of that loophole to commit evil, because nobody is going to look at them, nobody is going to punish them. Like if you look in the USA, that even with all the checks and balances, you still have people like this, people that are going to one place in Utah, marry 10 wife or do all those things, that kind of religion that they are doing in the USA. Maybe I will show you guys one of these days. In the USA, they will go to one place, they will build their own, like almost like their own town, their own city. You can't get away from there. They will be marrying 10 wives, children, all those things. They will not, they will have their own school, they have their own system in the USA, right? Exactly. And you knowing what exactly blackmail exploitation is unlimited control. So it was too much. And that was when they were doing even women, they would say they are witches. You know how many people they buy, the people that once you are a threat, they will take you out. So that's why the Europeans were running away from Europe, and that's how they ended up in America. Even many of the people, they first of all they take them to Australia. They were first of all taken there as prisoners. The main people that they took to Australia, they were taken there as prisoners. So if you look at England now, you see that the leader of the church is still the queen or the king. You understand? Because it started out as a theocracy, but when they went to the new world, that's where they started saying separate from church and separate from power. So that there will be some kind of oversight of each other. Yeah. Our brother is saying there is law and regulation in Nigeria, but when it comes to religion, it's a tool to manipulate people. Yeah, it's very easy to use religion to manipulate people, but that manipulation is like, what are you manipulating somebody to do? If you manipulate somebody to commit a crime, then it means you have incited that person to do a crime, and that's where the law enforcement comes in. Are they doing that? Like this, we are always looking at Christianity. Let's look at traditional religion. You call yourself a babalawo, you call yourself whatever. You now tell somebody to go and bring woman head for you. you know you now tell somebody to go and cut woman breast, come. And we are seeing them going and doing that, buying people, looking for woman parts. And the law enforcement is not going after these people to like bring an end to that. We are looking at only Christianity. We are not looking at the other people, because now, in comparison to that, Christianity is even a saint, because highest they will extort your money the day where your brain correct, or maybe if you are a woman or a child, they can ruin people in that aspect. But this one, that they will go and buy somebody completely, you know, and law enforcement is not doing anything. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, of course, in Europe, that was the norm. That's why when they went to America, they try to separate the church from politics. But even at that, you still see politicians, for example, what they call them, the evangelicals, backing the conservatives, something like that. So it's I feel like um it's not about we shouldn't concentrate about fighting religion. We should be concentrating about regulating it. Wow. Yeah, I've seen that video back in the day. Yeah, that's the lack of regulation. Imagine if somebody can sit in one place and collect a billion naira in Germany. Yeah, you will pay tax. They will come after you, because all the money, even the money you give to church, you have to write it. It is not religion. Religion have always been there, but unregulated. That's my opinion. I feel like all religion should be regulated. And I feel like, as things are now, like in the wake of this audio that I played for you guys, where this lady was saying what happened, where they kept them, where they are buying people and taking their parts and doing sacrifice. I feel like the Nigerian law enforcement, they're supposed to have a new department that will concentrate only on this regulation of religion and the crime they make people to commit. Like our brother is saying, Adeboye asked somebody to bring stood on the people that asked for a 1 billion naira. For example, that those people that brought that money, they stole it from somewhere. So if you have a unit that is following up on this thing, and somebody wants to give huge amount of money, you have to follow where is he getting that money from. It's a crime. It's money laundering. It's money laundering. And they need a new department to follow up on these people that are buying people, like all this to where they are buying people is too much. It's too much in Nigeria right now. So they need a new department, so that they will be able to follow every lead of every murder that they are committing all across the country, and especially in relation to this babalawo send you to go and every babalawo supposed to be registered by now. That's what I mean by regulation. Everybody that call himself dibia, that call himself babalawo, medicine man, whatever, whether in fact there should be nobody inside any bush operating. No, you must come out, you must have an office, you must have it. Like, they really need to go after these people. That's what I mean by regulation. Yeah, I remember there was a story that was told about somebody that was stealing money from a company and giving to Chris Oyakilome. And eventually he was caught, and they were surprised when they went to his house. All the money he was stealing from the company, he didn't have anything at home. He barely had anything, like nothing. They're not like, where is the money? All the money you stole, where is it? He now confessed that all the money he was giving it to church. And then I went to Chris Oyakilome and was like, where the person that you are giving that like he had the record that he was giving money. And I think that at that time, or presently, or that's how it is in Christ Embassy, that according to how much you give determines how you are looked upon, the level you are giving, or something like that. So he needed to give that amount of money to assume a particular status. I don't know. So they say yes, he was giving that money, but he was voluntary. Nobody forced him. And so, like, they say, okay, how can you, someone that be bringing all this money and you are not checking where is the person bringing money from? I remember I saw that information that time in a newspaper, but I didn't follow it up. I don't know what came out of it. Yeah, so of course, the Europe you are looking like this, so because it's because we were taught that they are, maybe because through Christianity, we look at Europeans, or from our side, we look at them as if they are angels, like, especially when we say, you see black people, well, our heart is black, like that, this black, and Oyibo, they are, no, 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 they come from a very, very, very bad place, yeah, their history is brutal. And that brutality is actually recorded in the Bible. It's because of the way we are taught Bible that make, because if you read the Bible on its own, like if you start from the Judges, Kings, it's like, if you can picture it, it's like war, like blunt war that is being described there. Like, have you thought about that? The Bible that we are reading is actually record of ara, basbos, like real one. Thank you. I remember. Good evening, Osage. Yeah. So yeah, they do have the history is written in the Bible. So if you look at the Bible, most of what you are looking in the Bible is actually the history of conquest, of war and conquest. That time I used to wonder what they mean, that, and these people rose against these people, and these people rose against these people, and these people prepared the army, and it had so men. I remember, I remember back then, I remember we had a very good teacher in our primary school. When it came to Christian education, abi what they call it that time, he used to bring us out on outside under the tree. I remember when he was narrating the story of David and his son. I don't forget that thing, because it's so vivid in my mind, when David son raised an army against him, Absalom, and Absalom rose an army against David, and they were fighting. And I think another of his son, Adonijah, was also. I forgotten the story really, but the our teacher was so dramatic with the way he was teaching us, and when David was crying about when Absalom was eventually taken down, died in that war, and Adonijah, like it's really war, or is it Deborah that Deborah led the army, or is it Jephthah that he promised that the first thing that will come and greet him, that it was his child? That thing troubled me so much. I'll go and meet my auntie. I'll say, what now happened to that Jephthah's daughter? She now say, like she was explaining different way. I will be wondering that what did it mean? You understand? Jephthah promised that if he win in the war, that the first thing that will come out of his house, he will use it to sacrifice, And then when he was coming, it was his daughter, his only daughter. She came with her friends and dancing to come and greet her. Yeah, so if you read the Bible, you will know that it is actually an account of war and conquest. Um, I remember me and one of our during the during one of our synod, we were made to play the women who were singing and praising Saul, David, David, I think, to praising David, um, something like that. We were singing. So I remember we as children we were using it to play drama because when we do church drama, we have to dramatize all these events. And those are those events, David and Goliath. You understand? It was war because the Philistines arose, and then the story of Samson, it was war. You understand? So, yeah, I believe that many people don't read the Bible, so that's why they don't understand that most of the record there is it's not child's play. It's not sorry, 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 sorry. It's really aga brutal. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if you have read that story before, the story of Jephthah in the Bible. And there was also a story that touched me one time. They were going to war. So they now went to the river to drink. And the instruction was like the people that will put their head direct in the water, the soldiers that put their head direct in the water and drink, those are the ones that should go and fight. But the ones that will use their hands to scoop water and drink should be let go. So if you look at the stories in the Bible, it's all about war, 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 war. Or like when there was a famine, and then they said the Assyrians have arose against at some point, even Israelites, they fought a war and they divided Israel and Judah. It's in the Bible. So Israel became one country, Judah became another country. So they were now like, operating, they now have separate kings, something like that. It's also recorded if you are reading from, I think, from First Chronicles, Second Chronicles, the Kings, the Judges, it's all recorded there. It's all about war, 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 war. Even coming from like yeah. So I don't want to take it too far, but what I'm trying to say is what our brother said, that they have a brutal past. Yeah, it is actually recorded in that Bible, and like if you read what the command that was given in Numbers, and saying that they should take down all those people, because we are reading it in the Bible, we never think about, okay, those people, what did they do? For example, when they conquer the city, they will not say they should buy all the women, they should buy all the men and take the children. You are spoils of war. Are you not like, I don't know if you people have read the Bible in those parts, because the thing you will be wondering like, wow, you understand? I remember one of the what was the main sin of Saul was he didn't buy that king Haggai or something like that, because I don't know, for some reason he spared him, and that was his main sin. That was his main sin, right? Is that thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it started from Esau and Jacob. So I feel like, when I look at the Bible right now, I feel like it's coded. It's a coded book. It's a coded something, and it depends on how. If you take it literally, it's okay. But I believe that there's a lot of information there. Like when they did the movie, The Bible. Did you try to watch that movie? People shunned away from it because they were really dramatizing the war. It was like all this kind of war, like the Braveheart. Have you watched that video? The Braveheart, that they were fighting all those ancient war, European something. Um, yeah. So I feel like we can always do what is right, because if you go after that, people are not going to respond positively. It's like when you do all that, all the right things, and every other thing will fall in place. There was a time when Europeans are also clinging on to church, going to church, but today that's not the issue for them. You know, you go if you want. Today it's like really voluntary, and most of them they still pay taxes to the church because the church is still doing so many good works in their society, right? So I believe that the problem is not. I think we focus our attention on fighting those institutions that are already established, but if we can focus on regulating them, bringing those people who commit crimes to book, and also for government to be providing the amenities that the people need. For example, healthcare. If people get healthcare, if Nigerian healthcare system becomes normalized, people will not be going to church to go get prayer for something that they can go to their healthcare center and get treatment for. So that's how the fraud will gradually fizzle away. But if the government is not doing their own, then, like for example, most of the accidents that happen is because of bad road or something like that. So if the roads are fixed, and then, for example, there are people who import fake motor pass. If the NAFDAC and those people that are responsible for what is it called? What is the son or something like that are responsible for the standard organization of Nigeria, right? Should focus and do their work so that people will not be able to get away with bringing false or fake goods into the country and taking away people's life, or fake drugs. People will be drinking Panadol, it's not working. So all those things is adding together. I feel like if we can do all the right things, these things will take care of itself, honestly. Nobody woke up one day and said Europeans shouldn't go to church, or shouldn't put all their investment in church or something like that. So yeah, that's how I see it. I feel like the main issue we're having is lack of regulation. That's what I'm explaining now. The regulation is going to happen side by side. Like for example, if somebody have committed a crime in church or using church, like you spoil small pikin, you make somebody to steal, you understand, you exploit people, take advantage of people financially, you understand. If they are arrested and persecuted for that crime, then it becomes criminal to do that. So most times, some of these things are not morality, they are criminal activities. If people do it, like somebody, if children come to church, take advantage of them and do them many things, then it's a crime. The person should be arrested and will go to jail. Period. It doesn't matter who he is. You understand? So that's how it's going to happen. And then if government is also doing their own part, building hospital, providing the dividend of government infrastructure and development. So the things that make people to run to church for help, for succor, the government is providing it. So it is really people that feel like that will go. It will no longer be like a must, especially because of the lack of healthcare. People are being taken advantage of in the church, and saying, and all this claim of healing and healing. So the Minister of Health is supposed to take action against these churches that are claiming a miracle of hand and leg and eye that everybody knows is a lie, right? Because they can't prove it. They can't prove it. They cannot prove it, and so they are endangering the life of people. So if they are providing healthcare and the people know that if I have this problem, I can go to this healthcare, I can have, like, if they can have a system that is affordable, that people can be able to access, then nobody will carry their healthcare problem and go to church. A pregnant woman will have antenatal care, it will not go to church to go and born, for example. Exactly, exactly. So that's how I mean that the solution will come concurrently. Yeah. Exactly, poverty, exactly. So poverty alleviation is one of the main ways that the regulation can also come, because many people, when they get to Europe, they going to church becomes a problem, because most of the things they used to pray for is almost like taken care of, right? Exactly, exactly, exactly. That's why I said that what we need is regulation. What we need is regulation. So the early missionaries, they establish churches, they establish schools, they establish hospitals. They were not claiming that they were doing miracles. They are not carrying pregnant women and doing prayer inside church and saying they are delivering and buying people, right? They establish hospitals, and they sponsor the education of nurses and doctors that are working in those hospitals that attended to people. Are you seeing the difference? That's why I'm saying what we need is regulation. First of all, the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation need to, in fact, at a point I was wondering why they allowed, for example, Pastor Chris Oyakilome, Atmosphere for Miracle, for so long. And people were looking at all this, and it was very, very impressionable looking at this kind of miracles on the screen, right? So what we need is really regulation. That's why I'm saying the church is not the problem, the mosque is not the problem. What we are lacking is the regulation of religion. Their own is beyond description. I don't even know what is driving their madness. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah. So my people, I will leave you here. Let the conversation continue in the comment section. I thank you all for joining me, and I welcome contrary opinion. Yeah, if you think differently, if you feel like we got it wrong, let's hear from you. Write your comments in the comment section, or maybe you can also come in at another time and let us know what we are missing, right? So I appreciate all of you. I wish that you have a very good week. I wish that the Lord will bless all of us and make his face to shine upon us in this new week. Amen. Amen. Bye for now. Exactly. Thank you, Hope. Exactly. Yeah.